Hello everybody, it is I, Evil Skyman, and welcome back to Adventures of Avacia, Heavenless Sky. We're a week early, and not on the right day. Turns out some shit's happening, and I'm going on vacation for basically most of July. So, this is just to make sure that you guys aren't completely starved for our sessions for a while now. Our next session of this is tentatively to be determined on the 25th of July. So, after this, mark your calendars and be ready for that time. But for now, you get us on your lovely Saturday evening, and we are going to begin with a wonderful Owen session recap. Please take it away.
Okay, so bear with me. This is going to be a minute because a lot happened last time. We started it off right after everything that happened at night. All of the destruction and the death, and Marl and Oryx getting like possessed and messed around with whatever. We started after that. Everybody's getting into the car, heading on over towards the town of Coniston. On our way there, Dwell feels the presence of the shade, but it's very much subdued, suppressed. Like trying to shout at somebody through a wall. You can barely hear them if you listen to it. And the only sentence she can make out from what the shade is saying is, "There is only pain waiting for you in the... Do not answer its call." Concern. Some more hijinks ensue because she's like white knuckle gripping the steering wheel as she's staring out towards the sea. We reach the town and are immediately greeted by Henry Una, the mayor of Coniston. And he explains that there are problems on two fronts. People stealing their cattle and livestock, and then, of course, what we were sent here, the sea monster out to sea. Imepto, the Triton we were warned about in the last town, does not want us going down to the beach. Specifically, Marl should not go down to the beach because, in Imepto's words, Marl comes from a traitorous false clan. So we head on over to the Carp Comforts Inn for a discounted price and free food. And we are met face-to-face with a Hadozi man named Matt Simison, who is the proprietor of the inn and immediately takes our order. So we all end up placing our orders. We all end up, a few of us end up getting the special Dragon's Eye food or whatever it was called. And we head on up to our rooms. They're really nice, really large rooms. Right around now is where we all separate off to go explore. Sagoon climbs out his window and throws himself down a cliff so he can go use his staff like a metal detector to find treasure on the beach. Oryx, Lorelei, Bo, and Ariax head on over to Matt to ask about some specific points. Specifically, we get some info about the river. The river around here that surrounds this village is enchanted. They can cultivate a bunch of crops, cattle, and find fish in the rivers that they otherwise wouldn't. And also we get the note that the water has been rising The water from the sea has been rising, but Imepto has been holding it back. Interesting. Oryx, Ariax, and Bo then decide to head off towards the dojo, whereas Lorelei heads over to the church. The trio entering the dojo, well, they don't enter the dojo yet, as a man is thrown out through the doorway and crawls away in pain. And they meet and challenge Master Kedrick Kuso, who, after testing both their offensive strengths and their defensive strengths, starts to teach them weapon aura. Or, I should say, starts to teach Bo and Ariax weapon aura. He helps cultivate Oryx's weapon aura since he's already awoken to it. And we get some more information about what weapon aura is, or soul flame, or the various other names it's gone under. It's a projection of the soul, drawing power from one's being to create energy and force. Be it either projecting it in an attack, enhancing your attacks, or defending yourself. It is one of the three, as he puts it, great strengths of Alfium. The other two are, one is called Rising Evolution. Many mages use this ability. It's not limited to just physical and martial classes like weapon aura tend to be, but it is very devastating when combined with weapon aura or magic. Of course, it's a type of transformation that can be called upon at will, and that transformation is a form unique to only them. And the last, they have to poke and prod to get some information about this, is something that it's a legendary rumored power that may not even exist, called Awakening. And there are 4 stages to Awakening, each one requiring certain material components, some herbs or an elixir, or some magical item to help jumpstart the process. And apparently, it's very, very dangerous. The only person Kedrick has ever seen who has succeeded with any sort of stage of Awakening was done by someone blackened of heart with no pure intentions. The evilest of evil guys. So very, very concerning. We're still probably going to keep looking into it because it sounds interesting. And these 3 powers, Weapon Aura, Rising Evolution, and Awakening, are the most applicable to martial fighters, though they can be utilized by magic users, like previously stated. And then they get to training. Lorelei, over at the Church of Zavestis, ends up running into her good friend Priestess Nama, and they have a very, very exciting and heartfelt reunion. Nama's here training towards a rising position with the within the Church of Zavestis. She's working closely with Mother Ithida on something big. And, they just catch up or whatever. Lorelei wants to become pen pals, right back and forth, but Nama says that's too slow. Let's find a log link book. 2 journals, 2 books, or whatever. What one person writes in one book will appear in the other book. Instant back and forth conversation. Very fun. We haven't found one yet. Nama's been looking for one, and fun. We get a little more lore, a little more backstory on Nama. The blackness of her hands and all the scars on her came about when she was attacked at a young age by various corruptors, various different times, and no matter what healing has been done to her, those scars and markings will not heal. And in hearing this, Lorelei figures she can try to draw a blood sample from Nama to continue her research into the corruptors and into their act of corruption, like what is happening with Oryx and whatever these new syringes that the bandits and the Gallery have been. Marl at this point has gone off to the Seastone Smith to meet the main smith around here. She's a silversmith by trade. Her name is Lixa Olda. And she offers a few things, silver accoutrements, good tableware, dishes, that kind of stuff. Or, more relevant to us, she can silver weapons for adventurers, so you can deal with more necrotic enemies, or not necrotic, but liches and werewolf stuff like that. Marl ends up asking a little bit more about what's going on here, in particular about Imepto. Imepto, he learns, is the leader of the Tritons that are living out on the seafloor in this bay area, this cove. Very fun. So he chats a little more with her, gets some more odds and ends, some more information here, and heads off to Forgrim's Fish, the fish market around here. At this time, Dwell is at the dry docks. She was recommended to come here by Mayor Uma because Comet, her car, is a little banged up, so she wants to know if anyone here knows how to work on magical arcane engines. No one knows. No one at a dockyard for a fishing village knows how to work on magical arcane engines. I know, shocker. But she ends up getting some more information herself as well about what we're dealing with, particularly the monster. The sea monster that we are to face swallowed half a galleon. Just straight up. No one's been able to tell if there's anything else the monster can do besides bite or smash, but there is some very interesting patterns towards that ship that was bitten in half, to where it's not like a jagged or crush like you would expect from a bite or from smashing or whatever. It's almost unexplainably so cut cleanly in half. The dock worker she's speaking to, Crew Korriban, he is the one who will A, be working on the ship for us to use, and B, lending us the ship because it is his. No one else is offering the ship to go deal with this monster. So learning all this, she heads on back. Marl, this is when we cut back to Marl, he's over at the fish market now. We get some more information about around here. Fishing in a fishing village, big thing, but you do require a license for it, so, you don't overfish, as well as there's some laws set in place about that as well. Specifically, obsidian scalefish are illegal to catch in Coniston. This was pushed through by Imepto, because he's in charge of the bay area. He's trying to make sure they don't mess with them. It's understandable, but so any obsidian fish that you see within Forgrim's Market is imported, I should say. Marl starts asking more about the sea monster himself, because the proprietor here has seen the sea monster. Its head is almost as big as a house. Dwell learned it could eat a galleon, it could bite a galleon in half, but it is large enough to swallow a galleon whole. And it was covered in blue scales, also neat to note. And the important thing for us to learn is there was a cannonball designed to blow up another ship in one blow that was fired at the monster. Did nothing. No real damage. No reaction. Light work. And the last thing Marl learns is there's some real tension between Imepto and the other Tritons under his care when anyone asks about Triton clans. Interesting. This is when we cut over to Sagoon. Sagoon is, like I said, utilizing his staff as a metal detector to find riches in the sand. And find riches he does. He finds a big, classic treasure chest looking thing, but the latch, is shaped like a crab. And lucky for him, as he's been digging, a bunch of crabs have been coming over to see what he's doing. So he just grabs one and starts trying to shove it into the lock. Doesn't work. So he starts hitting the lock with a crab. Doesn't work. Getting upset, he looses a fireball, which explodes on the beach, kills all the crabs in the attempt. And, doesn't open the chest either. So he's dragging 50 cooked crab carcasses and a locked chest back to the back to his room at the Dwell heads over after her visit to the dockyards, the dry docks, heads on over to the farmer's market where she just wants to pick some stuff up, you know? She's looking for some strawberries. She also finds some passion fruit. Finds out that this is where they're keeping most of the livestock. In particular, a very specific sheep named Sipo. For those who know, you know. And then we cut back on over to the trio in the dojo, and they learn a little bit more about the different types of weapon aura: emitter, aggressor, and bulwark. Specifically emitter and aggressor, since they are more specifically going to be utilized by Bo, Ariat, Oryx. We then all convene back at the inn, give some info, talking about who we found, what we're learning about, that kind of stuff, what we're going to be dealing with. Bo opens up the chest for Sagoon, and there's a mask made of what looks to be crab shells that just immediately puts Sagoon into a crab-sized crab. He's just a crab now, but he can take the mask off and return to not. So that's something he has access to now. Sagoon could be a crab. And then before we head on over to the beach to meet with the mayor and Imepto tomorrow morning, Marl wants to give them some information about Triton clan lore and about how they operate, and it eventually goes over into him telling them his wife and how she was captured by the Galleray, and now he is targeted by them. So that ends up veering off into some minor planning on how you want to deal with the Galleray. At the very least, we should catch someone to get some information from them. We'll see if we can, and if we do, if they'll give us any information. But it's a very, very general plan, since we have the royal guards, the royal scientist, and individuals over at the guild, at the Adventurers Guild, all looking into it. So, this is where we get our food. Marl, Dwell, Bo, and Ariax are the ones who ended up ordering the Dragon Eye mystery meal, the challenge thing. It's a cake. It's a cake that looks like a sandwich. It's a BLT held together by a toothpick. It's a sandwich. It's a cake. The sandwich is a cake. The cake is not a lie. The sandwich is a lie. The toothpick is made of rock candy. Has no bearing on the story whatsoever, but it's fun. And we left off with us heading down to the beach to meet with Una and Imepto, where immediately Imepto and Marl lock eyes across the beach, and rage fills both of their bodies. And there's a lot of vitriol slung towards Marl. He keeps his mouth shut. Because the Leviathan clan should have died with the fall of Uragon, with Marl dying, in Imepto's opinion. And he gives the ultimatum. Marl has two options: leave the village and continue to perpetuate the lies and the falsehoods, or accept the truth about what happened within the history of the Tritons. Specifically, Marl has spoken in the past about an individual he calls the Master Under the Sea. He asked the Sphinx back in the dungeon, all the way back where we got all the information about the Master Under the Sea, and it's come up a few times here or there. Marl believes him to be a man who gave himself to primordial powers and reverted to a beast, a bestial form. which is supposedly a lie that the Leviathan falsehood. Marl agreeing to at least listen to what is supposedly this true story. They're all invited in. Oop, holds up.
Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video and enjoy our streams and our content. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit.
There we go. I'm so sorry about that. My brother came into my room to tell me about things I don't care. We're right at the end, though. We get invited in after he'll listen to it. And Marl, before walking in, just obliterates a tree in one swing, just out of rage. And we left off with Imepto saying the line, "This is the history of how Tritons came to Alfium, of how we were almost wiped out." Yeah, sorry that went so long. That was a lot happened last session.
Indeed. Go ahead and take your D6 of inspiration. And now I'm going to go ahead and get started as we open back up and we arrive back in the small beach thatch shack as Imepto looks at each of you, make sure you're all paying attention because this is important shit that you're all about to learn. And hopefully you all grasp the situation, or at least the severity of it. And as Imepto looks upon all of you, make sure you're all focused in and not just half paying attention. He especially looks at you, Marl, to make sure you're not just blowing him off. But once he realizes that he has everybody's attention, he opens his mouth to speak again. All people became divided after the disappearance of the Sirens. Some of our ancestors wished to remain in the Origin Oceans. Records indicate it's somewhere to the northeast, past the storm. Though time has diluted such information. Others, our ancestors, sought to expand out, seek new horizons never before seen. As I said, we were part of the latter group. They swam off into the great unknown in search of new territory to cultivate and develop into new civilizations of Tritons. Over time, the scouts discovered something bizarre, the remnants of an old underwater city that predated our kind's first records. The city was beyond repair, overtaken by coral and decayed from the salt. The initial investigations were unfruitful by the scouts, so they reported back to the primary caravan. Seeing an opportunity, the leadership had them set up operations in the ruins of this city. The foundations were still strong. It was a simple matter to repair and stake our claim here. We quickly learned that Alfium's aquatic ecosystem is far different than the ones outside from our home oceans. The records know that certain species of fish that should have been extinct were thriving in this area. Before the storm's appearance, it was easy to come and go from this territory towards our original home, so they kept contact. Those that remained behind were still kin, after all. Though, one day, and he gestures out the window towards the horizon line, towards that very distant, dark, violent storm, that appeared, almost out of nowhere. Usually what occurs above the sea is no issue for our kind, but this was different. Currents beneath the storm itself became violent, unnaturally so. It tore apart the seafloor and began throwing rubble around. Any attempt to brave the current turned anyone who tried to shreds. Our ancestors were cut off, and there was no explanation as to why. But to be honest, that was the least of the worries they faced. It wasn't long before our people discovered what had caused the previous owners of this territory to abandon their homes. A beast lurked beneath the seafloor, burrowing and swimming wherever it pleased. a creature that fed on molten rock and flesh alike, with a ferocity unmatched even by the strongest of our ancestors. A volcanic leviathan. No official name was given to it, just a description. Whether it drove the previous landowners out, or the original owners fled, was unclear. But, due to the storm, our ancestors had no choice but to hold their ground and try to find a way to coexist. They began studying the Leviathan, documenting habitats, diet, and behaviors. The records indicate its primary food source was a flawless combination between its two favorite meals, a distant ancestor of the obsidian scale fish that you all know today. It was a fierce beast, but it remained passive so long as it didn't have to find an alternative food source to the obsidian scale ancestor. So, leadership declared that they were no longer to disrupt the food chain of the volcanic leviathan, or the food sources of the obsidian fish ancestor. That way, it would remain passive, and coexistence was possible. Everyone stuck to that ruling. And for a while, it was peaceful. We made no attempt to surface and talk to the people upstairs. There was no point. They had just completed what we discovered to be a war, and there was plenty for them to handle. Introducing a new kind of people and culture was ill-advised. But your ancestor, points at Marl, decided they knew better than the leadership and the researchers who made the determinations for all our safeties. Your ancestor was a porter for the caravan, and had this obsession with the upstairs. The people that lived on the land never ventured out to sea back then, especially after the storm took hold. So, against the wishes and commands of leadership, he ventured on upstairs and began to interact with the folk. Immediately, he made friends with them. And on face value, there's no issue with that. Peaceful relations aren't frowned upon. He did not make war or conflict with them. But he began to teach them our ways. He taught them how to take from the sea to sustain themselves. And as repayment, they treated him with reverence and praise. Down below the waves, downstairs, he was another member of society our ancestors had worked so hard to build and stabilize, the community of our kind that were just trying to survive. But up here, he was practically worshipped. And once more, this wouldn't have been an issue if he hadn't told them where to find the obsidian fish's ancestor. And as you all know, its scales can be made into weapons, accessories, and in large quantities armor. So, the upstairs folk began to overfish. It was their favorite creature to harvest. Without any form of concept of care or consequence. They just gathered them in droves, taking up entire schools all at once, preventing even the adolescents from escaping. Your ancestor didn't just fail to teach them this extremely important ruling, he neglected to do it, for he got a cut of the profits that they made. And he went a step further when my ancestors attempted to go upstairs and plead with the upstairs folk to stop overfishing, to stop putting all of us in jeopardy. They refused to listen. Apparently your ancestor painted the rest of his kind as greedy, and those who sought to keep the treasures of the sea to themselves, so they began attacking our kind on sight. Only your ancestor and his family were spared from this. They were happy above water, but even when our leader at the time went to speak with him, to demand he stop the upstairs folk from disrupting the natural balance of things, he blew him off, sent him back down. The traitor didn't once consider that he was dooming all of us. The selfish coward wouldn't admit that he was making a mistake. It's pretty obvious what happened afterwards. With its food source practically almost extinct, the volcanic Leviathan went into a fury, rampaged across the seafloor. It attacked our ancestors' home first, tearing it to shreds, killing many Tritons, destroying all that they owned and worked so hard to build and sustain. Those that managed to escape fled to the shallows, as they weren't welcome upstairs. They couldn't flee away. They just had to hope and pray that the creature didn't decide to venture a little closer to shore. A small camp was built just over there, and he gestures out into the bay. The shallows there were safe for now. After the Tritons were pushed out, it began attacking the fishing boats. Your ancestor on one of them, giving one of his fishing lessons during an attack. This part of the story I'm sure you know well. With all hope lost, and his friends and family in jeopardy, he suddenly became this massive sea beast that dwarfed the volcanic Leviathan. But I'm gonna ask you this, Inahi. How do you think that was possible?
Marl is sorry. I was trying to type really fast to be able to put this all in my notes. Uh, Marl is sitting there, fingernails practically digging into his legs as he's like white knuckle gripping kind of his legs, trying not to explode. Just staring down Imepto with like a glare. There's a lot of magic in this world that no one knows. Primordial.
Unfortunately, it wasn't magic of this world that changed him. The traitor called for help. Unable to protect his family and the innocents he turned into his accomplices, he pleaded for anyone and anything to aid him. And something answered. Magic is not innate to us Tritons, and neither is faith. There is no power that we possess that reverts us to a primal state or form. Like I said, be like a human reverting to an ape. The entity that answered his call was not of this world or any of the realms attached. It is a being that seeks to conquer this world, to drown it in the oceans that it commands. From far beyond the stars, a constellation heeded his plea. It granted him the power to save his loved ones, but ultimately it intended to doom them as well. He became a calamity that would drown all of Alfium, and soon the rest of this world, and turn it into a suitable location for its master's arrival. Your master under the sea is no guardian, but a mindless beast that has given up all morality and sentience. So yes, he slayed the volcanic Leviathan and disappeared beneath the waves, but in the end became an even bigger threat. It attacked the remaining Tritons completely, nearly wiping us all out, almost finishing the job of the monster that came before him. And then he began to make his way towards land, taking the rising tide with him. In a fit of desperation, not wanting his own people to lead to the loss of thousands, infinite, innocent lives, the leader of our ancestors, lured and guided the new beast deeper into the bay, where he trapped him beneath a slab of the ocean floor bigger than any mountain. Our remaining people used chains made from revistone to hold it in place. But unfortunately, our leader had to bury himself alive with the beast to succeed. The transformation made him formidable. No matter what was tried over the centuries, no weapon has managed to even scratch the scales, and the chains needed constant maintenance to keep him down. Thus, the remainder of our people swore to defend the seal for as long as it takes to find something that could kill the monster. And over time, some of our people left for the surface, unable to carry this burden. It's a tough one, something I've dealt with my entire life. Plenty stayed to protect the seal. And it was quickly learned that the family and the people that followed your ancestor had begun spinning this delusional fantasy that he was some protector and not a monster, that he was a savior and not the cause of all the death and loss the people suffered. And now the seal has been damaged, and the beast that was once your ancestor is soon to be freed. It's already killed 20 of my people. Brothers and sisters in arms, given their lives to prevent him from immediately making his way to the surface. The tides are rising, and I'm doing all I can to hold the sea back from drowning this village. But once he's completely free, there's nothing I can do. So, ultimately, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this because it's true, if everyone in this world dies and drowns, the deaths are on your family's hands. Every one of you who's fed into the delusion and never questioned the origins of your proud clan.
How do you know? How do you know what contacted him was a constellation? Were your ancestors there to hear it?
We have had centuries of direct access to him, to study him, to understand what caused it, what caused this formation to happen. The presence of otherworldly energy, not demonic, not fey, not void or anything. All signs point to a being beyond the stars, the energy given off, the distortions in reality that follow him.
And that means what? That he didn't.
Sorry, hold on. No, fuck.
It really doesn't mean anything. Just because there's some unknown power in works here does not mean anything. I've interacted with people with unknown power that the origin of which we've never understood before. We're still looking into it. I know that no matter what, just because you take something as a threat, because you see there is a problem, something you don't understand, you are afraid of it.
I was going to.
You've had all this time.
I was going to
Go on.
this out of respect for her and your relationship to her, or her relationship to you, more likely, her trust and faith.
Marl's gaze sharpens.
Your wife is the one who made the determination that it was a constellation.
Yeah, well. Neither of us can really ask her about it now, can we?
Indeed.
I'm not even going to try to ask why you know of her, or you know of my relationship to her, because you'll just try to lord that over my head as well. And I'm very, very much trying to restrain myself right now.
Regardless of your feelings on the matter, your ancestor nearly wiped our people out. That much is a fact that is confirmed.
I would like to politely raise my hand, even though this has nothing to do with me.
Yes, young one.
I know it's not really my business, but if this was Marl's ancestors' fault, how is it Marl's fault? It seems a little unfair, especially considering it doesn't seem like he knew.
You're right, it's not fair. But it's also not fair to all of us who have spent our lives sacrificing any freedom, any passion, any dreams to keep his ancestors' mistake from causing the end of this world. And the fact that none of his family or himself questioned the validity of word-of-mouth traditional stories.
But if that's just what he was taught, that's not his fault. I mean, you believe what you were told by your ancestors without question, don't you?
We have detailed records that have been preserved since that time.
And he doesn't. That's not his fault.
I will not be able to
How did the
separate.
seal break? You said the seal was damaged. How is it damaged? If you and your glorious ancestors have made it your mission to make sure it is never damaged, to maintain it. If it's such a big threat, if it was such a big mistake that threatens the life of everything, how was it damaged? That's not my fault.
Right. An individual appeared. A hooded figure. Wearing red and black. Killed several of our best guards. Ripped them apart very brutally. I was away here, tending to business. When I returned, it was too late. They tampered with the bindings, broke enough of them to where your ancestor could free himself, for the most part. One chain still remains, but that won't last much longer. The individual used something to empower or attempt to take control of him. They failed miserably, but the damage was done. They fled before I could chase them. I had to get my people to safety.
Say I believe you with all this. Say I sit here listening to you tell me everything I've been taught everything my father was taught and him before him was all a lie. That my entire life believing and idolizing protection and strength to guard people. Say all of that's a lie. What matter what does it matter that I am an ancestor of him just because I was taught wrong? That because of that you hate me. Because of that, every single one of my family, including myself, should have died. I've gone over this before with others. Sins of the father are not sins passed to the child. If what you say is true, and my wife, if Nemu has said that this ancestor of mine called upon the powers of a constellation, and it turned him into a primordial bringer of destruction and flooding, that was generations ago, thousands of years ago. That's not my mistake. It's not my sin. You're just letting hate and anger consume you, and I know how. Because guess what? You wish the Leviathan clan perished along with Uragon, so did I.
I can't separate my hatred for your ancestor from his descendants. I need to admit that. Because none of them have proven to me that they're worthy of forgiveness. Because somewhere in there, somewhere in your bloodline and your genetics, possibility of you repeating history's mistakes is there. I'm not willing to make that risk. Unfortunately, your guild has sent you. I have more faith in the individuals around you who have somehow kept you alive this whole time than you do. But I'm at my wit's end. I'm here trying to keep this town from being the first to fall. With what information I have, there is a way to get rid, or at least re-trap, your ancestor. It's a risk not many are willing to take. But according to the news, you lot are heroes. So I'm
Just
willing to
another
take the
lie.
risk. Prove me wrong, Marl and Nahi.
I'll prove myself right that I'm not a hero. Never have been and never will be, never claim to be. But if you really hate me so much, and the only way I'm going to be able to gain your ever so wonderful acknowledgement, I'll do the damn job I was sent here to do.
Well, I hope for the sake of the people of this village that that's enough motivation to get the job done. Now then, like I previously stated, there was an attempt to take control of this beast. It failed miserably. One of my subordinates noted something interesting. The device that was attempted to use to control him is still present. And when struck, it caused can only be described as hesitation and a wince in the creature. We perceived it as a weak point. It is unclear whether that weak point being struck hard enough can kill it, but it should be able to stun it long enough for the chains to be reapplied. My people are hard at work recreating the prison. Your job would be to get its attention away from the shore and guide it back down below, or at least above where the seal is. If you can kill it beforehand, excellent. If it's discovered that the enduring aspect of the creature remains, then resealing is our only option.
Oh,
Nope, we lost page. Do any of you have any questions?
Pardon me. I'm sorry.
Very well. I'll be remaining here. My presence is still holding back the water wall, which once you get out onto the sea, you'll see it yourself. I must remain focused and unbothered, which is why I'm remaining here instead of joining you in this fight. Should you manage to stop the creature from rising the tides, then I can be able to begin aiding you properly and directly.
because magic surely doesn't come naturally to Tritons.
It's not,
Point me in the direction of where the piece of shit is and I'll go deal with it.
it's not magic from me. It's magic from this. Holds up, just kind of waves his it's trident. I almost said triton. Trident a little bit. Infused with a few ocean hearts. Gives me control over the water. Enough, at least. Though it's being dwarfed by your ancestors' ability to rise the tides. Henry, you can guide them to the docks. I'm sure the ship is ready by now. Right. Follow me this way, folks. We can head there right now. Henry will get up and awkwardly shuffle his way to the door.
Thanks for filling us in, Mr. Imepto. We'll see to it.
I hope for your success.
We'll give a half bow, head out.
Thank you, Mr. Omeron. That was very enlightening.
Are we willing to tolerate each other now? Because I think you guys kind of have to not kill each other to get rid of this Leviathan problem.
I won't kill him, and I won't raise violence against him so long as he does not attack me first. It's my agreement with Henry. And he's right. My hatred is slightly unfair, but I can't shake it. Not yet.
Well, in her best primordial, we'll turn to Imepto and say, I appreciate the history lesson. Thank you very much. We'll get your problem solved.
I'll nod to
Her
you.
best primordial is still shit.
I'll nod to you. Your sign of respect is appreciated. The effort's clearly there. That much can be, again, appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Head out.
You're still just sitting in there.
He's thinking long and hard about what he's heard. He's kind of just looking at Amaran. I will say that's very sad story.
Just don't want it to
I'm
have an
sorry
even sadder
that-
ending.
Well, we are hired for the job, so we'll take care of it to the best of our abilities and all. But do have a question though. The hatred for, the one who kind of calls all this the ancestor of Marl. I understand that. And, personal feelings and animosity and just a grudge is not surprising. And this happened a long time ago, right?
Yes.
At some point, is there a future afterwards for reconciliation?
I don't know. I've lost many people, friends and family to this ancestor of his. And the thought that they revere and look up to him angers me. Makes my blood boil.
I can see it if it's a more recent scenario. If it was more recent, if they, as soon right after they started doing it. But at this point, it's been a couple generations at this point, right?
I do not know if I'll ever be able to make nice with him. Truly.
Well,
But if by the end of this, my comrades can be free to live the lives that they choose, perhaps there is the future you're asking about.
that's really my only concern. Can't change the past, but, well, in my time, not so long life compared to you, I'm guessing. There is the way of changing the now and future, so move on. Old hate and grudges can shorten your lifespan if you're not careful. Well, do appreciate the story and history lesson as well as the warnings before we try to take care of this thing. So probably Oryx already told you and everyone else, but we'll do the best of our abilities to get this job done.
I'll be waiting to hear of your success.
You know what? Fuck it. Ariax will walk up to the dude and offer a hand for a handshake.
I'll nod his head and he'll shake your hand.
turns around, starts walking out, kind of looks back, looks back at him and is like, as I said, first step to reconciliation is always the hard part. But it's always a good step forward. Walks out the door.
As you will leave, heading off, following Henry, Henry will look back. I do apologize for his bluntness and his lack of patience on the matter. I don't expect y'all to forgive him or be okay with the way he behaves. But he has done good for people. He has done good for my town, so just know that that anger and hatred you see from him is not all that's there.
We can believe it, sir. Thanks for letting us know.
Well then, an old friend of mine has been the only person to offer up a vessel for you all to take out to sea. It isn't much, but it's, again, all we have to offer. Most of the ships here are privately owned, and as much as I've tried, no one's willing to risk their livelihood. No, they're all they all don't really have a lot of hope in this situation, seeing what happened to other ships. But luckily, Mr. Krobin has decided that his ship is ready and able to take you all out onto the water. We'll go see him now, and then y'all can get acquainted with the vessel, and he can give you the rundown of everything he knows on the matter. Is there anything y'all need to do to prepare before that, or are y'all ready to head on there now?
We'll catch up. A few things that we should take care of first, and then we'll be on our way.
Understood. I'll be at the docks waiting. I think his setup's at the dry docks. And Henry will head on away. Heading for cruise place.
As he leaves, Oryx is looking over at Marl, seeing what he's doing.
It looks like he's making a physical effort not to do anything. Like he's got his head is down, his anchor gripped in one hand, but he's like forcing his arms down at his sides, shaking, not to do anything.
Look, Marl, I understand everything that you just had to hear in there. And I completely understand what and how you're feeling. But we need to have a chat if you're mentally available for it.
What is there to talk about? We're here to do a job, so we're gonna do it.
That's exactly why I need to talk to you. Okay, I need you to check yourself. If the anti-hero talk keeps up, I'm gonna really start doubting your ability to be the shield of not only Overtime, but the people we aid. Again, I get it, you're going through it, and I feel for you, but everyone else here has their own skeletons in the closet too. And yet they all fight tooth and nail for the privilege of being someone others look up to for help. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I will not run into battle with someone who isn't giving 100% to the cause. I know you don't want the title of hero, and I get it. And if that's the case, this is the wrong occupation for you to have been taken part of. Being a hero isn't about fighting for yourself, it's fighting for others. I need you to remember that when we take care of this issue and the people of Coniston get to live to see another day. You understand?
Let's just get this over with.
No. No, it's not let's just get this over with. You are spitting in the face of the one thing that I've worked my entire life to get to. I'm not gonna just sit idly by and let you squander that. I need to hear it from you, Marl, that you understand that this job means to be a hero.
Job means to help. Is all I set out to do. I did not set out to be some sort of idol like you. I understand wanting to help people. I understand trying my hardest to make sure the people who stand at my back don't get the scars that I do. Because that's what I was raised to believe, to be a protector. So I'll give it my all. But you do it because you want to be seen. I do it just to make sure no one deals with whatever I had to. And even then, most of what I've learned is apparently wrong, so who's to say anymore?
It's kind of a selfish assumption. You think we
think
want to
that
be
I
heroes
want
just
this?
because we want notoriety?
That is the most insane thing I have ever heard you say, Marl. I cannot believe that that is what you've taken from not just myself, but all of us throughout this. What the fuck is your problem?
I never wanted to be an adventurer. I was content just being a mercenary, a hired hand traveling from place to place, but everyone started to go to adventurers.
Can I ask you something, Marl?
What do you want?
I mean this most civilly. And I understand you probably don't trust me. What do you think your daughter would see looking at you now?
None of us will ever get to know that, will we?
I think that's a lie, and I think you know that. She might not be with us right now physically. You told me once what tattoos mean for you, right? And tell me what.
A memory.
And you remember her, right? And you remember exactly how she must have looked at you.
I remember the sound of her cries as she choked on fucking smoke as the house burned down around her.
That can't be all you remember. What do you think she'd see now? Would she see her father as a hero? I think she would. I think I'd see a father as a hero.
Marl, whether you want the recognition or not, you are a hero. You may not like that title, but you've saved all of us more than countless times. And not even us, people of Coniston, Arcton, the whole kingdom, multiple times. So you may not want that title. It may not make you feel comfortable, but you are a hero.
You don't want people to look up to you? I've done nothing but do that to all of you this whole time. I mean, everything we do every day, every good thing, every good action that I see you take, I strive for that. You just want to sit there and say that none of that's real because you don't want notoriety. It comes with the territory. You don't choose it. We don't choose to be heroes just because we want people to like us. Just want to help people. Is that really how you feel?
All I've ever done is try to help people. Every day of my life Since I lost my parents, I've done nothing but try to help people for the past 20 years, and the only thing I have ever gotten for it is pain and despair. But I'll
What
keep
has
trying.
everyone else gotten out of it?
I'll keep trying.
Help?
I'm going to help people, even if it tears me to shreds. Because it's the only thing I know how to do nowadays.
You
You
don't
don't
like
see
it
the rest
because
of us
inherently
whining
you're
about
rogue?
it.
In a sense, Marl, you're right. I do fight and help so that I can be seen as a hero. But that's the entirety of why I did this to begin with. You've seen where I've come from. If I can rise to be someone that everyone can look up to, then no one has the excuse that they can't either. Everyone has the choice to become something greater than themselves and help society grow and not crumble. So if you want to take it and say that it's a notoriety thing, fine. But no, it's only to help those recognize in themselves that they can be heroes too. And I will never, ever go against that philosophy. And I won't let anyone else do so either. Are we square? You've got an entire town to save.
Go fight my demented ancestor, and then you can discuss whether or not you want me to stay on this team or not.
Since when was that the question, Marl?
Since you said you'll never fight side by side with... doesn't give it their 100%.
Then are you going to prove me wrong and fight at your 100%?
There's nothing left I can give but 100%. Just gotta move on.
The rest of you move on.
I'm lingering a minute.
Yeah, I'm letting Marl take a walk.
Understood. Marl, you just walking over? Tunnel visioning?
Yeah, a bit. A bit. Maybe take a few swings at some of the trees on my way here.
You already broke that tree.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I thought it was this tree that I broke, but
No,
there's
that-
more trees. I can break more.
It's okay. You're getting back in Imepto by ruining his beachfront view. Alright. You guys watch as Marl knocks down a couple more palm trees. Just into the sand.
Sorry that I did that publicly. Guys, that's a tenet that I just can't let go and have just the negative energy be radiating onto it. I won't stand for it.
You're not the only one. I was gonna say something if you didn't.
It's okay, Oryx. I think, at least I hope Marl knows we all still love him, even if it shows us tough love sometimes.
Yeah. Again, I feel for the guy. I understand what he's going through, and maybe I can't exactly relate to it, but I know how the world operates, and sometimes it can just continuously kick you down over and over again. But in this line of work, you gotta find a way to get back up. But, you know, having a smile on your face rather than a frown is what at least I would want everyone to strive to do.
I can't believe he made that to be seen comment.
I can't lie. I completely agree with what you're saying, Oryx. And just everything I've known about you so far, I don't think I could ever mistake your motives as some kind of publicity stunt. And I hope it was just, heat of the moment, not thinking completely straight. But that definitely, irked me a little bit. And let you know that's definitely not what I see it as, and probably as most people don't see it as. So
I appreciate it, Bo. Thank you. And you're right. I don't think that he meant it in that regard. He's just got a lot of shit going on, and it just keeps piling up. So I'll apologize to him at some point, but I think all of us just need to cool it and focus on the task at hand, and we can discuss after. Well, you guys ready to head out now?
Yeah. Ready whenever.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's do it then.
You guys all begin walking, following after Marl. You already know where you're going, but it's easy to know Marl's still going the right way by the path of ruined palm trees. Eventually,
Lorelei, avert your eyes.
Yeah, I'm looking down at the ground.
Cover your ears, maybe too.
What'd you say?
Cover your ears, maybe too.
I don't know where the bathroom is. My ears are covered.
Alright, good.
Huh?
Dwell is going to mouth. What?
I don't.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was talking.
Huh?
Okay, would the two of you please stop? We have things to do. I will turn into a crab again, Dwell, if you don't stop.
Please don't do that. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Imagine you turning into shellfish with this.
I might even find a shrimp mask.
Yeah.
Or a crawfish mask.
Oh, please don't do that.
Or a horseshoe crab mask. I will collect all of the shellfish masks.
No one eats horseshoe crabs. You can do that.
That would be a weird hobby, Zagoon, I'm not gonna lie.
I think anything.
yeah, wasn't it enough that you did a small genocide of them?
Yeah.
I did it, Jenna. There's still plenty of crabs left in the
Crab.
world.
Crab walks by all of you as you're having this conversation.
Here, or like, what is he saying? Is he saying I'm a crab genocider?
Huh?
Lorelai, can you talk to this crab?
Hold on. Just takes your hand off. What?
Can you talk to this crab?
It's a little loud. Some of the trees are screaming, but yeah, I can try. What's up?
Oh, hi.
You might want to run. You see my friend there?
Oh, we know of you.
No.
He's killed a lot of crabs.
We know.
You know. What do you mean by that?
What you saying, Lala?
Hold on.
We
What do you
know.
mean by that?
We heard the cries of our fallen brothers and sisters.
Oh. Jeez.
Lorelai, what's he saying? Anything good?
Soup of the day is broccoli and cheddar.
I don't think that was the question that they
Do
asked.
you have plans for
alright.
him?
We are crabs. We are bottom feeders. One day, there won't even be bone left. And the crab digs into the sand and disappears.
Okay. So, Dwell, Shagun, I really need you both to stop pissing off little animate creatures. Well,
What have I
guys,
done?
perhaps. The spiders, Dwell. I know about the spiders.
What about the
Hey.
spiders?
They hate you.
I hate them.
Great. They want to kill you. Shagun, those crabs, they're gonna kill you one day.
Okay, a guy kills one beach worth of crabs, and now suddenly I'm the crab's enemy. This is just unfair.
I'm gonna kill a beach worth of Shaguns and see how you feel.
A beach worth of cigars.
That would be terrifying. That's a terrifying visual of a.
But you
Beach
understand what
worth
I'm
of
saying.
I like the viscera accompanying that.
Okay, my point still stands. You can't just kill creatures because you think they don't matter.
You're not wrong. But you really want to I really want to like burn a tree now.
You do realize I'm half tree, right?
Yes, that's the point.
All right, we don't mean the things that we say, right?
I don't know, I think he means that one. Fine, when you find centipedes under your pillow, you know who put them there.
A delicious snack.
There's so many. Why would you say that? Actually,
They're high in protein.
no. I could eat a bug. Actually, I think.
I mean, if you think about it, crabs are just like sea bugs. Same with shrimp.
Yeah, exactly. No. I had to process it a little bit. I think I could eat a bug.
Sea bugs? There are literally sea bugs. Like, actually. Not just...
Whatever
not-
you say, crazy tree lady.
I
Wow.
can't... It's like... It's like you just choose to be stupid.
Hey,
I mean, he basically was
being
just born
it is
yesterday.
not a choice.
It's not a choice.
I feel like for you, it kind of is though.
Hey, no. Stupid people rights. I am born this way, not a choice.
All right.
You guys start to arrive at the docks. And you see Henry speaking with... well, you immediately recognize him. It is the lovely elderly fisherman, Crew Koroban or Kroban. Double check that I spelled.
That old clip.
Koroban, yes. Crew Koroban, the elderly man. He's currently sitting there. He's apparently working on what appears to be a tackle box, just looking at all his lures, his lines, making sure everything's clean and in order. Like I said, Mr. Koroban, I thank you for providing a vessel, though I am just concerned that you haven't shown it to anyone yet. I mean, I understand it's been a while since you've been out on the water, and I would just like to check the validity. Oh, don't you worry. It's just fine. Oh, there they are now. Right, okay. Over here, folks. Mr. Koroban's got some explaining to do.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, he
Well, you
refused to
know.
show me the ship yesterday.
That is correct. Well, I'm trying to get this accent right. I'm very bad at this particular one.
It's okay, start talking like me, you could get it. Close enough.
Understandable. Now then, I just want to let you all know that it's going to take a bit of getting used to on my vessel.
Anything different between it and a normal ship?
Oh yes, this one has been on many adventures so far. It's a bit of an aged piece of work. Here, I'll show you. And he walks you all back towards a covered section of dock. He leads you all inside, and there's a large tarp that he quickly pulls off, revealing your ship, a modest-sized, very dated-looking fishing sloop. Immediately, those of you that did research on this creature immediately think this thing is probably not even the size of one of this Leviathan's teeth.
You assured me yesterday this was perfectly safe and fine and ship-shape and worthy. You sure? Absolutely sure this is fine? Safe?
This old beast here has been through tons of time. Trust me. I've sailed all around Alfium with this. She and I have been on plenty of adventures. Fortunately, I'm a bit too old these days, so it's about time that I retire her. So I figured, why not one last adventure? He pats the side of the boat, just to give her either a watery grave or a last big hurrah before I retire her to the dry dock.
That's reassuring.
Now then,
Difference between it and a normal vessel.
what's that?
What's the difference between it and a normal vessel? I've been on so many fishing boats, and you say this is different.
Aye. She's a strong beast. Trust me. I've had her run over whales before that were trying to sink her. A whale tried to jump on top of her and she didn't sink.
But there's nothing different in the way it handles.
That gets me to my point. Now then, which one of you cannot swim?
I'm going to point at Sagoon and hope I'm right.
Him, I think.
I can swim in my new crab form.
It's got the crab form. Who here is the worst swimmer?
Yeah, that's me.
Aye. Are you sure that crab form of yours, you can't just do it and then be fine with it? I'm looking for someone whose life depends on this vessel staying afloat. So which one of you is going to sink like a rock?
Zach, has Leslie ever taken me to a lake or swimming?
Not particularly, no.
I mean, I'd be fine, but I've not swam much.
I wear armor, so
Oh yeah,
Probably.
No, Lorelai'd sink.
Yeah.
Aye. Well then, it's going to be one of you three that are steering the ship. I'll teach you how.
Oh, you'll want Lorelai.
What?
I don't know how to steer things.
I don't know how to steer things. Dwan knows how to drive.
Well, does
Not
not know
a
how to
ship.
drive.
Aye.
I know how to drive perfectly well. Shut your mouth.
Because if this ship sinks, it's going to be your ass who's drowning. The rest of you who can swim, you'll be fine for a little bit. But trust me, I need someone whose literal life depends on this vessel here staying afloat for it to be ship shape and worthy.
Captain, yes, Captain. I'll steer to the best of my ability.
Aye.
Yay!
I believe in you. Now then, you there, big fella, blue fella. I can tell you've got experience on vessels.
It's almost like I just said I did. Yeah, what's up?
Excellent. So, you're going to be handling the mechanical bits. Just anything but steering, because at the moment, like I said, out of everybody here, you're probably the safest. If the ship goes under, being able to breathe underwater and all.
Yep.
I don't know how to swim myself. That's how I've kept this ship alive so long. Now then. Alright,
Slightly
lads, come on up.
concerned, alright.
And the rest of you can come take a tour of the ship. Get acquainted with it. Welcome to your vessel.
Tomorrow. This looks perfectly safe. Right, this looks perfectly safe.
Tomorrow, you may roll me perception or investigation as you get on the ship. It's a 9.
Oh.
Marl,
Oh no.
it floats.
Fair enough.
The sails are intact. There's no holes anywhere. There's no rats or cobwebs. The ship's taken care of. However, it's old. That's the best I can say for you.
Fair enough.
Zach, is there anything valuable on this ship?
No.
I mean, not really.
The ship itself, in a way.
Not particularly. I'm not gonna lie. There's not. I mean, it's anything that he uses for his stuff. It has. This ship hasn't actually sailed in a while, so he doesn't have it like stocked up and ready to go for a full-on voyage.
Lame. Okay, I'm not gonna rob him then.
You sound so saddened about that.
He is.
All right.
Mafia debts aren't going to pay themselves.
All right.
Exactly.
Now you see here. This is the helm. This is your station.
Mine?
Yes.
Okay.
Go on then. Take your spot.
Like, here?
No. Just gonna like guide you until you're just right in front of the wheel.
Oh.
Pretty simple. It's just turn it left to go left and right to go right.
What if I want to go backwards and forwards?
It's always going forwards. Backwards doesn't work.
Backwards. Okay.
Aye. There is no
Okay.
such thing as backwards unless you turn all the way around.
So I have to,
Lorelai,
like,
it's not a
turn
car.
it on. I don't know, Sagoon. Where I come from, we don't have cars or boats. I don't think.
You don't have boats?
You can't swim. Shut up.
Neither can you.
I can
this is-
swim.
Uh
This
huh.
is escalating really fast.
Can swim right now.
Give me 10 minutes to take off my armor first.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Now then. All right. So your big blue friend there will be taking care of the rest, like the sails, and pretty much the sails. All you have to do is make sure
Okay.
you don't crash into an island, a rock, or the beastie you're all hunting.
How do I know if I'm gonna crash into the beast that we're hunting if it's underwater?
I'll yell.
Also,
Uh,
he's going to take 2 steps to the left and look over the side. Look down there.
But I have to be steering.
You can let go of the wheel for a little bit.
How it is so not like a car.
Aye. Cars are loud and clumsy. Dangerous machines. Death machines, I tell you. As he's
Hey,
leaning on
you
one of the
take
big-
that back.
Mm-hmm.
I will not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, screams from the gangplank. Well, has
I
a
have
word.
been
on
this vessel
They're just
for-
scared at
He's
the
almost-
gangplank.
I have been on this vessel for 70 years. And I've been in 3 car crashes since.
What's a
I like
car
lean in.
clap?
Were they all with well?
I lean in. She's
No.
almost killed us several times.
It's a good thing she's not steering.
I
In her
pray to the
car.
idols every time she's behind the wheel.
Marl's currently like.
And he's
checking
not
and messing
biased.
with the- Marl's checking and messing with the rigging, and he's just. Completely. Yep.
Aye. So, you understand. Left is left, right is right.
My right or your right?
We're
We have the
facing
same
s-
right.
We're facing the same way.
We're facing the same way. I'm sorry, this is just a lot of pressure.
Aye. Because, again, if this ship goes under, you're the one drowning.
I'm gonna drown.
And have a little
I will
faith in
slip
yourself.
away into a cold, peaceless nothing if I fuck up.
Aye. Let that sobering thought fuel your rage and fuel your spirit
Just
to live.
like my mother always told me.
Your mother sounds like a very fucked up lady.
She was just realistic.
Aye.
Oh my god.
Did your mother perceive you going on many boats?
No. I don't think she thought I was gonna get very far in life.
Yeesh. You've got your own system and own situation going on here. I'm not going to step on that.
If I fuck up, she'll be right.
So don't fuck up, prove it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now then, remember, if she starts to rock one way, turn it the other way.
She.
And
The
then...
So
boat.
she's
The
Boat.
boat?
Yes. It's a she.
Oh. Okay.
And if you're seeing a wave incoming, if it's very big, you're going to want to try and aim directly for it and go over it rather than get hit in the side. The ship's light. It's going to tip
Marl,
over
you'll-
its side.
Marl, you'll warn me if that happens, right?
I'll warn you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Now then. Alright, anchor's over there. If you don't bring it back to me in one piece, then I will forgive you. Like I said, decay and rust inside a dry dock.
I'll get it back to you in one piece, sir. I won't let you down.
Aye, but if you don't, you won't be letting me down. I'd rather her go out with honor and glory. Just don't you lot go out with honor and glory. Don't go out at all. Fight to the bitter end. Stab it in the eye.
Aye, aye, sir.
Alright then. Well, best of luck to y'all. Don't die. He's gonna hop off the ship and hobble away. He's
I
gonna give his ship
Lorelai
one
is
last
like-
salute and then
Mm.
head off.
Lorelai's like knees locked in place, like feet slightly apart, death knuckle gripping the wheel, frozen in place, focused. We have not started moving yet.
The anchor is still down.
In fact, I think
The anchor's still
I
down.
think Well is
People have
halfway
yet.
on the gangplank.
Not everybody's on the ship yet.
Henry's gonna call out, Alright, I suppose y'all are about to head out.
Suppose so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Imepto mentioned a weak spot, so he mentioned it'd be somewhere on its chest area, a little below the neck.
Good to know. Thanks for the heads up.
Be careful out there. After a couple miles, you'll see the water wall that Imepto's been holding back. I don't know how you're all gonna get past that, but crew's pretty confident that it'll get through. Everyone hopping on the ship.
Mm-hmm. Slowly getting on that ship.
Roll me a wisdom save.
God. No, that's what
Will
I thought
dives
I'd
off
do.
the side of the ship.
All right.
Man, I keep rolling well for these. I'm so morbidly curious about what would happen if bad. I want to fail one of these.
I think you would just swan dive into the ocean and one of us would have to come get you, and it would be Marl because he can swim the best, and I don't think you like
But
that.
sti- Well, no, I wouldn't, but it'd be funny.
No, that would be a deck save. This is a wisdom save. And somehow Dwell's mental state is holding strong.
Listen, Zach, you could impose disadvantage.
How would it
Dwell's
be
meant to
dex save?
pretty-
So she's
Jump.
If I were falling off the ship.
I don't think she's falling. What I'm saying is she fails the wisdom save, and then whatever's in her head compels her to just fucking dive straight in. That's what I'm saying.
That is a theory. I will not confirm or deny it. Anyways, everybody who's on, slap your token on the
Erase,
board
erase.
and pick where you're gonna be on the ship. Another thing you all are noticing: there's no cannons on this boat. This is a fishing boat.
Exact
Man.
middle point.
I think as soon as we get on the boat, Ariak snaps fingers and bamf. Zadriel on ship now.
4, 5, 6, 7. All right, all of you are on the ship. Everybody's picked their position. Now we get out into the open sea. As you raise anchor, you ride out into the ocean. I'm gonna quickly change up the music.
Is there like a crow's nest?
There is a crow's nest.
I think Bo will go up there.
Okay.
Bo, can you be my hippo eyes in the sky?
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Alrighty, Bo sets himself up in the crow's nest. And all of you... Yeah, it's not like a proper ladder. You actually have to climb a rope to get to this crow's nest. But this is... You had to do that in the academy, Bo. It's fine. Oh, so good. Don't tell me you're pulling a Titanic right now.
I was gonna say, does anyone want a Titanic with me?
No.
God.
I can't. I'm driving.
Well, duh.
I've been burdened with purpose.
I guess not. You guys are boring.
Yep.
You raise anchor, untie the ropes from the dock, and unfurl the sails. Away you go, onto the open water. It's calm. The waves seem normal. It's a bit overcast at the moment. Not stormy, but not overly sunny. You all look around and it's, again, quiet. Nothing but the crashing of the waves against the hull of the ship as you all move along. The water is by no means calm, but it's not horribly rough. Ariak's been on a boat, ship before, even if it's an airship. Marl's fine. Sagoon, Dwell, Oryx, and Lorelei. Since you guys don't think have been out in the open water before, I'm gonna need some con saving throws for seasickness.
Oh,
no!
This guy don't know what my constitution
Oh,
says.
God.
Oh my
Not
god,
even that
Lorelei.
Oh,
I
man.
rolled
This
in
is
that
gonna-
one. I
This is
know.
gonna roll advantage. That's
Three.
because I've got Warcaster, so ignore
I'm
the
taking-
advantage
yeah, I'm
that I
taking
have.
The left one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's in good
Sorry about
faith
that,
when
Zach.
the driver rolls in that one.
Yeah.
Oh god.
14 is fine. Yeah, so Oryx and Dwell, you're fine. Sagoon and Lorelei, however. Sagoon, you're kind of sitting on the end of the ship and you just start swaying and bouncing as the waves crash and tilt the ship, and it's not good. And Lorelei, the stress of being the one in charge of steering and the fact that this is the first time being on the open sea, you're a tree, not a sea anemone or a piece of coral. You're not supposed to be on the ocean, and you start to feel sick.
Ariax! Ariax, you're the closest one to the wheel. Can you take it for a second?
Yeah, sure. No problem. All right.
Thank you. I run to the back of the ship, like, obviously turning away, taking my mask off, and, letting loose over the side of the ship.
Oh. Ah. First time. All right. Understood.
Oh, this is awful!
You gotta balance yourself, or else it's just gonna get worse.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm gonna
with
move
waves.
to the middle of the ship where it's less bumpy.
If you kind of just
Yeah,
hug
it's
the
on the
rest of
horizon.
the ship and just remain stable.
Yes, basically, My heart may go on, but my stomach will not. I'm going to hug the mattress.
I like that.
Someone quote that.
Oh, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. This isn't bad.
Well,
This
as
is
you're
better than I
like
thought.
everybody, mostly everybody except for Marl, like you're not used to like the wobbling and shaking of the ship as it moves along these rough waves, and it's hard to move around a bunch and without like kind of stumbling or losing your balance. Dwell, as you're walking along, while you see kind of everybody else like have to like catch themselves or walk a little extra carefully, this is completely natural to you. Like every step is calculated. You're walking along and you're not seeing it. There's no like sway or bounce to your steps. You're perfectly fine somehow, even though this is your first time on a boat.
Waddles, this isn't that bad. This isn't bad. This isn't that bad. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. Alright.
Is there anything any of you would like to do while sailing along?
Zach?
There's the water wall. What's up?
Can I quickly learn Ray of Sickness and cast it on Dwell and then unlearn it?
No, that's not how.
Oh
Dang it.
my god!
That's so petty. I love
Crazy.
it.
That is some fucked up shit.
If Lorelai and I have to be like nauseous and sick, so do you, Dwell.
You're the three
Oh.
people who are like in charge of steering.
Exactly.
Hey, we have a spellcaster trio blood pact. Dwell just doesn't know about it.
It's like
You know what
voodoo.
adds up?
One of you feels something, the others two feel it as well.
Yeah.
You share in the
Suck.
pain.
I have my.
Oh, actually, to help, since Lorelai is in charge of steering, I'm going to cast enhance ability on her and increase her constitution, so that way. Or wait, no, never mind. I can't choose constitution. Shit, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to say, oh, this
I appreciate
boat
the
is so
thought.
awful. This boat's so evil,
This is
so
worse
awful.
than the car.
I know, and Dwell's not even driving.
Mm-hmm.
Ariax, steering
At
the
least
ship
if
is-
Dwell crashes, it'll be a quick death. This feels
Yep.
like torture.
It's yeah.
Ariax,
Everyone's
steering the
depressing,
ship is
and I
pretty
understand.
intuitive. You've steered airships before, so it's not anything horrible. It's a bit different, but nothing crazy.
It's like instead of flying in the sky, you're just kind of flying on the water, I guess, or sailing. I think that's the term, right?
Pretty much.
Yep, it's sailing.
Marl's running around, loosening and tying different knots, adjusting the rigging so we can catch the wind as best we can.
Eventually, though,
Yeah.
besides vomiting and making sure the ship stays on course, is there anything any of you would like to be doing on this ride?
Well, I had ideas, but now I'm a seasick mess, so
I will. It does wane with some time. It doesn't. It's not permanent. You just the sudden shock of just boom, ocean is got you.
okay. Well, only because I wanted to talk to Oryx if we got a minute.
Dwell is inspecting for any barrels, by the way, in case there are any barrels, and putting them in a spot where they will not collide with anyone.
Nightmare-induced boat safety protocols.
You know
Yeah,
what?
baby! Yeah?
As you're shifting around barrels and tying them down to your best of your ability, make me a wisdom save.
I hate it here!
You
I
did it to
can't
yourself
win!
this time.
You did kind of.
Zach, do you want me to roll these with disadvantage at all, or
Since it
anything?
involves the
based on Dwell's,
barrel,
like-
yes.
Okay, I already rolled the first one, but here's the second. Oh my
Please don't
god!
fail because of the barrel.
You wanna know? I hope I fail because of the barrel. That'd make it even sadder. Because the first one is a
20.
nat 20.
Wow.
Whoa.
I really hope the next one is a nat
Alright,
1.
Jesus,
Your
Just super
sanity, you're
poetic
holding on.
sake.
you fuck up.
Well, you did pick her best stat.
You did, unfortunately, Zach.
Wisdom
Have to roll a straight
Damn.
set
Wisdom
now.
shouldn't be your class's best
It-
stat.
It's +8. I don't know why. I can't remember why wisdom is +8 for me.
Oh, I know.
Maybe because your item-
Because Dwell is so wise, obviously.
And we all got a thing
Naturally.
that gave us like a boost to like a saving throw, and I think you
Yeah.
probably chose
Yeah, that's probably what.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll get Dwell eventually. Because we're passing a point of no
Please?
return. But eventually, as this is happening, Dwell, you manage to just shake off any weird feeling and you just tie barrels down. Like every knot you know, there's like 50 of them on these barrels. But Lorelai, after recovering from your seasickness, you approach Oryx.
You got a minute?
Yeah. What's up?
Probably poor timing, but I heard you guys back at the dojo talking about that weapon aura stuff. I kind of just wanted to ask more about it. Out of curiosity's sake.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. What exactly did you want to know about it?
Well, I don't know. I guess you guys briefly explained it. But you also were getting thrown around.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'd be lying if I didn't know what it was in its entirety. I'm still learning myself, but it's essentially a sort of projection from your soul onto any sort of armament that you use, whether that be like a weapon or your actual body, and it can manifest and be used in several different ways. It could be used for a offensive nature, a defensive one, or a extension version that allows you to increase your range of capabilities. How exactly you get to unlocking it, I don't think I was the best to have learned how, because I was basically just told to use what I do in my day-to-day as fuel, and by that I mean surviving. But I don't think that's how it is for everyone. I think each person probably has their own way that they need to go about things in order to bring forth the power and whatnot.
Yeah, that was actually gonna be my next question. I mean, I don't know. I guess I was mostly interested because it's part of, being stronger, like we talked about, and considering stuff going on. Her eyes kind of like shift to Marl as he's like moving around, considering.
I think you should pursue it. I think anyone who can and wants to should, as a part of overtime. It's something that can not only just benefit yourself, but others around you. And again, very versatile from what I've seen. Obviously, for myself, bow and arrow, we've just scratched the surface, but according to the old guy, there's a lot that can really come out of it. So I think you just got to find your want, like in the heat of the moment, just feel it, and whatever you're feeling, just really dig deep, and let it out, and it'll manifest,
Yeah. It's kind of nice that you have faith in me. This stuff makes it a little easier.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. It's not. We've talked about it before. It's not something I'm used to. But it's nice.
I was gonna say you should get used to it, because if I didn't have faith in you guys to do stuff, I wouldn't exactly be here.
Yeah, you'd be running for the hills.
Yeah. So I wouldn't stress about it. It'll come. You just gotta, you know, you gotta just let it happen, you know?
Don't try to force it.
Unless you're, you know, what I'm trying to say is it will come. It might get forced out of you via circumstances or, you know, whatever the case may be. But in the end, it's a natural thing. Whether you're put in a scenario where you need to act, or, you know, any sort of other motivational environments that you get put into, it'll happen. But it is a, you know, a give and take kind of thing. You gotta be the one that reinforces it and make sure that it's not something that just gets, you know, shunted back down. You gotta feel it and then keep it.
I'm curious to know what mine would be like, since you guys said there's different types.
Yeah, from what I heard, there's I believe there's aggressor, bulwark, and emitter. So, as of right now, I'm underneath the aggressor class. Bow and Ariax are underneath emitter.
Hmm. And you just found that out, or?
I had no idea that there was even classifications until we found the old guy. I didn't know that it could happen differently to different people. I thought it was all just the same.
Right.
I guess it just depends on your personality and whatnot.
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, it'll be a good thing. Just you'll know the moment, and it'll come to you.
Okay. Well, thanks.
And then once you do get that, then I can help you actually train it.
Yes. I have been meaning to ask you about training when we, you know, have downtime to train.
I can't guarantee that I can help you with any swordsmanship stuff, but I can at least help you become a better fighter.
That's all I can ask.
Good. When we get the time, I'll make sure to help out.
Cool. Thanks.
No problem. Is Ariax steering, or is this just going on a course?
He's steering. I'm gonna go take it back from him, though, since I was put in charge of that.
Well, good luck. If you see a big-ass iceberg, just, you know, turn slightly to the left or slightly to the right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't want to hit that. I feel like I don't want to say that this ship can't sink and then just, you know, have it go.
Yeah, that would feel a
This ship
little
is
counterintuitive.
unsinkable.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh, please
No.
don't say that.
I feel like a lot of bad things could happen if we say those things.
Oh shit. Yo, Dwell, wisdom save.
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
Take everything you can get, Zach. Take everything you can get, man. Where did I put it?
Your
Zach, when
sea
he
legs will not
realizes-
let you, bro.
Zach, when he realizes he has the ability to make her autofill, if he really wanted to.
Please.
Oh, that'll
I
happen
think it would be
eventually.
so silly if
it's not a
Dwell
matter of
auto-failed.
if, it's when.
Alright, I finally rolled a 9. I finally rolled something underneath a 10. However,
So you
my
rolled a
wisdom
nat-
modifier is plus 8.
Oh. Wow.
Disadvantage.
I wish I rolled a nat 1.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah, Dwell, someone shouting, "This ship is unsinkable," just kind of stirs something in your mind. And you remember hearing
Trauma.
someone say that about a different vessel. You just can't place. You can't place what or where. Who.
I wonder who could be saying that. And about what?
Well, turns and looks directly at Sagoon. Don't say that ever again.
The ship is unsinkable.
Do I gotta
God,
make it again,
damn.
Zach?
Yeah. This is just funny.
is.
I'm so sorry, Dwell.
No, this is. You shouldn't be. This is deserved.
This is low-key torture. Don't
No!
cast like
Oh,
that.
hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
See, normally
not
people
in
would be
that one,
saying hallelujah when they do well.
Are you happy that
I
you're
get
failing?
lore!
She is.
Guys, I don't
She
know
is happy that
stuff.
she's
I
failing.
don't
She
know
wants to
stuff.
fail.
I want
That's
to
a nat.
know.
That's a nat 2. Take a D2 of inspiration.
She wants to know what'll happen.
I do. I desperately do.
Give me a minute.
Get to know what'll happen. I have to change my mood real quick.
You're way too happy about this.
Listen, man.
Just
Is
excited.
the shade gonna kill us all now?
I hope not.
Potentially.
I hope that isn't my reward.
This is not a reward.
I'm sorry. I'll shush.
Did you not hear when he said it's a wisdom save?
Yeah.
No, I don't think she did.
As you guys are all standing there, Sagoon, you lock eyes with Dwell and say, "This ship is unsinkable." A second time, she stands there staring at you, and you got behind her eyes something clicks, and she just slumps and starts falling to the ground. She passed out.
Oh shit.
Did you just?
That wasn't me, I swear. I didn't do anything.
I'm gonna run over
Alright.
and check her pulse and do nurse things. I'm checking her vitals.
Everything seems normal. She might have a bit of a bump on her head from hitting the floor, but no like serious damage. She seems healthy. She's just unconscious somehow.
What did you? I mean, she's fine, but what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just said the ship is unsinkable, and then she passed out.
She told you not to say it again.
Yeah, but okay. This is Dwell. Do you listen to Dwell?
Not generally, no.
That's what I thought.
As
Okay, well, at least she's not dead.
As Dwell, you drift off into unconsciousness. You're standing. You open your eyes. You're not standing. You once again are smaller than you're used to being. Once again, you're back to being a child. And you appear to be just kind of sitting on someone's shoulders, just on a nice little ride at the moment, as you look out, and immediately you start hearing massive amounts of cannon fire. And you watch as a flurry of cannonballs just starts being sent flying towards the ship you're on. It's a different ship than the one from your nightmare. As the individual whose shoulders you're riding on doesn't seem to react in any way. He just kind of shrugs as you watch an individual on the ship swing this massive greatsword in a direction as a beam of light collides with all the cannonballs, sending them flying off in different directions, and in some cases completely destroying them. As you hear the person say, "Don't worry, kiddo. This ship is unsinkable." And as you hear those words, you wake up. Back on this tiny, pathetic ship compared to the one you just were dreaming about.
Dwell, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to give you flashbacks.
Oh, thank God she's not dead.
Alright, okay.
You okay?
I'm fine, I think. I'm fine.
You kind of just slumped straight over and just fell.
Yeah, I can feel that. Ugh. Okay.
as well, you wake up, as everybody collects themselves and gives her space, lets her focus. You all look ahead, and you see exactly what everybody's been talking about. A straight vertical wall of water, about 20 feet high, stretching for miles to the left and right, so far that you almost can't see where it ends, or if it even does. But as if this water's hitting this invisible wall, stopping it from pouring over forward. As this is what Imepto's been holding back this entire time. As you have arrived at the water wall. And now we're going to go ahead and take a 30-minute break.
A 30-minute break. Oh
Yes.
boy.
Man!
Thank you all. We'll be right back in 10:30. So, see you in a bit.
So,
And we are back. Back on the board. As you all have approached the water wall, you kind of raise the sails a bit to slow the ship down, as there is a current that's currently pushing back, so you maintain like a steady, solid equilibrium, so you're not running directly into it, but you're not like at a full stop either. You look up, it's about 20 feet high, so what is your thought process here? How do you guys intend to get the ship over the wall?
Fireball?
No, no fireball. No fireball.
Is that
I
the
know,
key
I
to
know.
everything for you, Sagoon, or are you just joking?
I'm just joking.
Okay.
I
I
think
need to
he's-
keep something off my mind so I don't throw up.
Well, I think you are on the right track. However, I think this would be more of a thing for our magically inclined friends to think of, because I don't think we can just throw the ship over.
I don't have much to do with water now, do I?
If it was less tall and less abrupt, we could, but unfortunately, that's just.
Or it's just like, or slowly turns his head to to dwell. Or are you being serious?
I have one thing. I don't have any spells. Otherwise, I don't know what I'd do with the one
Can't you mage hand a silver?
mage hand. No, I got 10
Flame
pounds with
wall?
that.
I mean, Have
I
you-
mean, I
have you-
might be able to split the wall.
That's true.
No, I mean, like, I have a spell that might work.
Yeah.
Lorelai, do you still have a wind wall?
That's what I was thinking.
So what's your plan?
Zach?
You're going to use wind wall?
Yes, Zach. Because I can shape that however I want. So I can make like a big rectangle. Just so like the boat can get through.
Okay. When I say it's a water wall, it's a water rise. It's like a change in elevation. So it's not just a wall blocking your path. You actually have to get on top of it.
But so are you looking at me dead ass? And you're telling me that the water is one level and then all of a sudden
Yes, exactly.
like a
What
wreck,
kind of
like,
One Piece bullshit is this?
All right, can we not just no wind wall, but make it like a circle, and we just drive the boat on it, and the boat hopefully goes
see,
up.
we could try, but I feel like the boat might not survive that.
I'm itching for Dwell to try and do something with her capabilities, and I think that she could do something if she so tries.
Put it
'Cause
diagonally
unfortunately,
as
yeah.
like a wind ramp and just push us up.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, if we want to try that, we can. I'm more than happy to attempt to come up with something.
I feel like we're itching
on
for
Team
Dwell to do
Dwell.
something, so I'm backing off. I don't know what is being referred to.
All right, well, what are you going to try and do?
Flounder for a bit, look absolutely flabbergasted at Oryx that they would even suggest that Dwell has the capability. And
Do you not think you're good
I know
enough?
I can No, I'm good enough.
All right,
Why
then
do
let's
you
see it.
not think I'm good enough?
I never said that. You're putting words in my mouth.
No. The way you were looking at me, you basically said it.
I have a stupid idea.
Well, if you think that I think that, then prove me wrong.
Absolutely, I will.
Alright, so Zach, I know I can manipulate water. Right?
That's a thing you are capable of doing to a degree, yes.
Can I lift the ship, being as well. It's tiny. Well, it's still
Like her
large, though.
mom did, though.
Yeah, you see? Can I, with all the rage and seething in my heart and also the love of my father that I vaguely know of, can I attempt to lift the ship?
You may make me a wisdom save. No disadvantage.
Hallelujah!
Now we sit
wisdom
here and we
save.
realize that Dwell is now going to fail this save.
Yep, this is the one save I'm gonna fail, guys.
I got
Well,
plans.
please.
I got plans if
Oh,
she
you
can't do it. I don't
I have-
know if
I
mine
have-
are new or cool.
I have two ideas, one of which is a very stupid idea, but it would be something he would suggest. The other one is dependent on how it.
Well, it's 22. You guys watch as Dwell. How do you like try to do this? Is there any like physical thing that you just try and do, or is it just like you just stand there and focus on the water?
Well, one, I think they take in a deep breath, look like they're concentrating incredibly, incredibly hard. Like, she definitely pops a blood vessel
Ooh.
somewhere.
Ah.
One. And two, I almost want to say she's gripping a glove and trying to rise. Like, hand on the wrist as one, like, pulls up. And, like, as a great weight is on top of the empty glove, right hand, as it raises.
With all the fury and rage in your heart and the meager and minor thoughts of your father that you still don't know nothing about, to be honest, you start to make this gesturing motion, and at first nothing happens. It honestly just kind of looks kind of ridiculous and a little sad.
Yeah.
And just as the rest of you are like, okay, let's try something else, the water around beneath the ship starts to bubble. And then it starts to boil. As what appears
This
to
doesn't
be
make-
a hand shape, in the shape of a hand, the water grabs the ship from the bottom and starts rising it up higher and higher as Dwell keeps going.
Oh shit.
Boy, you didn't think I was good
Hell
enough?
yeah, Dwell.
And as Dwell, you lift higher until you're above the water rise, and you slowly but surely move the hand forward into the water wall and gently set the ship down. Well, at least try to be gentle, but all of a sudden, you just feel this wave of lethargy hit you, as it feels like all of your strength just sapped from you for a moment, and the ship just gets dropped down onto the water as there's a large splash, and you all hear for a second as the ship starts to creak and groan as it rocks side to side. And then it calms, as the water appears a little bit calmer, as you look around and realize you have made it over the water rise and fully into the bay.
Oh, come on, Sagoon, stop looking so scared. This ship is unsinkable, right?
Yeah,
Good job,
I
Dwell.
didn't
You
know
proved me wrong.
you could do that. That was awesome.
Of course I proved you wrong.
Now you all look out and you see around you, as I'm now bringing you all into a new map. The token for your ship is at the top of the map.
Okay.
As you arrive in what appears to be an archipelago.
Oh no.
Various rock structures and small islands dot the landscape. As you can see that these islands used to be a lot bigger, but they've been almost swallowed by the rising tides. You look around though, and everything seems almost normal. Until in the distance you see a pulsing blue light. As for a brief moment, this large mass, or further south, you see this large mass in the waves rise up. As you see, as described, blue scales, a head bigger than a house. As this creature surfaces for a moment, it doesn't seem to take note of you yet. But this creature rises above the waves. And it looks around. Its glowing blue eyes search the area before it starts to delve back below, hiding below the water, perfectly blending in.
Oh boy. That's what we're dealing with.
Oh, come on. We got over that. We can do anything now, huh?
Wow, your spirits are greatly raised. That's a good thing.
Well, I mean, obviously, I just did that. I can take down this.
That's a spirit.
Alright. So are we moving or what? Come on, make this thing go faster.
That's not how boats work, well.
It should be. I mean, come on, we got 3 mages, not one of us can generate some kind of wind or something.
I mean,
a car.
can you just like push us through the water with your water powers that you just showed us that you have?
Zach,
Marl
my
starts
open
unfurling the
creative ego
sails
now.
again.
Well, you try to raise the arm up that you used to make the ship, and then it just flops down like a weak, wet noodle.
Oh, come on. That's...
You cannot move that arm right now.
Someone's tuckered.
I am not tuckered.
I think she has performance anxiety.
I do not. Come on, Sagoon, let's see you do it then.
Oh God.
I will just strain very, very hard for like 2 seconds. And then be like, oh, the water power's here. Dang. Who would have thought?
God.
Ooh.
Occasionally, you all see the
Alright.
rise from the water. Look around for a moment. Your ship just appears to be part of the landscape, so small it doesn't take notice of it yet. So it just keeps looking around, diving back below the waves. I need all of you to make me perception checks. And then Owen, please.
But also, like, it's in your hands, Owen.
Perception.
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 28.
Yeah.
Perceptive
Gilbo.
man. What do
Hippo
your
eyes will
hippo
never
eyes
fail
see?
What does that mean? It made me laugh.
One more. What's Oryx gonna roll?
Oh, perception. I'm so sorry. My bad.
Okay.
He was
He was too
making us
busy
laugh.
sending us a gif of a child fucking body slamming a camera. Yeah, in our group chat.
What?
Sorry, they were
Wow.
describing. Okay, guys, I can do this for this. I can do that for that. I said, I can, and I just sent a gif of a kid punching the camera. So it's perception. You said.
Yep.
Well, guys, I can punch real good.
Wow, whoa. We got 12, 13, 14, 19, 22, 23, and 28. None of you rolled below a 10.
We're just
Those-
that good.
So Lorelei, Marl, Bo, and Dwell, you all catch a glimpse of the ascertained weak spot mentioned before. Just below its neck, you see this black and purple mass. Almost looks like a tumor growing on the scales. You faintly see it just slightly rise up above the water whenever the creature surfaces for a moment before it disappears and dives back down. The creature doesn't seem to be taking notice of its own new weakness, but you definitely see that it's been confirmed. And those of you, so Dwell, Bo, Lorelei, and Marl, you can all roll me history at advantage.
At advantage?
At advantage.
Advantage.
I like advantage.
My word, Marl. That is 0.
Well, thankfully it's an advantage, so.
What the fuck, Lorelai? Oh wait, I rolled insight. I rolled insight.
Yep.
I roll again.
It's a 9.
That is
I roll again.
double 12.
That's better. That's better.
Double 12s.
God.
Please roll for Bo.
Did
and
I roll the
Dwell.
highest?
Oh,
Dwell
Bo,
and
right.
Dwell and
Are
Are we
that
all
advantage, you
rolling?
say?
no,
Did I
just
miss
the people who succeeded the perception check.
Bo's at advantage, you said?
Bo is also at advantage.
Bo, don't fail me.
Yeah.
No.
Dwell,
Wow.
you've been around them enough at this point to see that that black mass is oddly corruptor looking in nature.
Okay,
God.
so we're in luck. It's just a corruptor.
God.
What's up?
Just a corruptor.
Do I have any tinglies?
Not at the moment, no. That
He like narrows his eyes at it. Huh.
you,
Well,
you-
that's
you stand there and
weird.
you're just kind of like, it could be a proximity thing. It's still really far away, but it's so big that you can see it just on the creature. But maybe you just have to get closer.
Works. I think I know what it is. You, green corruptor. It, blue corruptor. It's not the same.
Is that racist?
I was taking a drink, you bastard.
So at the current moment, all of you have control over that little tiny token at the top. I've made a little aura around it just so it's easier to spot for the viewers.
Oh.
I'm the one driving. I want to control it.
So go by all means. I will draw.
I'm
you-
piloting.
I will.
I'm
draw a
piloting.
border, and you may go anywhere within that border at this time. So
I'm asserting my dominance. I'm driving.
Oh,
you can go anywhere at this distance.
Right, y'all.
Where do we want to go?
You can try and take a.
I'm
break
feeling
on this
towards the
island,
right.
or this tiny island, or you can start heading out further into the sea.
I'm
We can
feeling
crash
good
directly
about
into this
around
rock.
here.
do the islands look to be like barren, like they
Yes.
are, or
Yes, they are completely barren. Anything that was on them was probably swallowed by water, and what you're seeing is probably just like the top of hills or something along those lines. Just basically
And
highest
would they
point.
count as
Hmm.
cover for us?
No.
Are they tall enough to count as cover? Okay,
No.
didn't think so.
At the current moment, the creature doesn't seem to have
Yeah.
taken note of you, but at the moment,
It's
you gotta
so
kinda
big.
be
I don't know
quiet.
if we'll get cover. I'm thinking we go towards the right, like down this way, and go around.
for that?
Yeah, all right.
Are we chilling on that? I know I said I'm asserting my dominance
Yeah,
in
okay,
driving, but this is technically a team effort.
Oh,
I guess I'll.
Granting it right now.
Go ahead and move. Okay, you've moved the token.
Oh, I hate that.
grandfather,
Mm.
no!
I don't like that he disappeared.
Grandfather. Oh no.
Ooh, guys, I'm so smart. I picked the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
You may now move any.
Well-
Hold up! Don't move.
What's our? Sorry.
You may
Put
now
it back.
move anywhere in this square.
What exactly are we
closer
trying
to it.
to like do
Go this
though?
way.
Like what's our goal here?
Your
Attack
attempt,
it.
your attempts are either your goals are either A, pray to the idols that hitting the weak spot enough will kill it, or B, luring it back further south to where the Tritons have begun re-preparing the prison for it.
Well, one will be significantly easier than the other.
We
So,
assume.
guys, who wants to kill a sea dragon?
Me.
Yes.
do.
Yes, that's
I was like,
three.
Marl, do you want us to or no?
I literally said I'll fight it.
I was about to say
Let's
that's
go.
that's
Okay,
3. We need 4 to make a
I'm game too.
majority.
I'm in. I'm in.
All right.
I'm down
That's
to kill
4.
it. Marl, I'm sorry for killing your grandpappy.
It's fine. He's apparently an asshole and a.
Let's get
It's
Grandpappy and
fine.
Nahi. We're gonna send him back to his watery grave.
All right. So go ahead
Time
and
to
move
take
wherever
pills,
you want in
Grandpa.
the red square.
Okay. I would like to turn it.
Okay. Right there.
There we go.
Away.
I'm not gonna get too much closer, y'all. Oh, he's. Well. Yo, maybe we can get behind him.
I have another question, guys.
Ambush.
What's up?
What is your question?
Is each individual square more than 5 feet in this scenario?
Give me a second. In this case, I'm gonna go with no.
Oh,
These are 5 feet.
Yes.
Fun.
the boat's only 10 feet long?
The tokens
That's
are
fine.
not to
It's a
scale.
small boat.
Because all you're
Okay.
you're not seeing the full size of this creature. You are only seeing its head.
Okay.
Wonderful. What was
Ah, Zach!
I've been
Don't
rolling
go
the
in
dice
ways
for
that
its
I don't
done.
anticipate.
I'm rolling the dice for where this creature moves.
Well, stop.
No. RNG decides your fate.
Can we discuss before things start
Jackson-
moving?
Jackson.
Jackson?
Why?
No.
Why?
Jackson, no.
Oh my.
I stand by what I said.
Not even. Oh, Christ Almighty! All right.
Okay, well, for
Um.
what I said I could do, I have to be within 60 feet, but I don't think we want to get that close yet.
I.
Well,
And I also don't know if it's gonna work.
My question is why not, right? Like why don't we just go, right? I mean, like, are we staying back for a reason right now?
Maybe we want to figure out what we're gonna do instead of
Yeah.
charging straight at it initially, is my
Well,
thought. Just
no,
because
no,
I feel like this thing
no,
could just, like, eat our ship.
Right, I understand, but you said that you need to get closer to do your thing anyways. So I was gonna say, like, I don't think any of us can do anything
I'm,
without
like,
getting
worried
closer.
that it won't work, but if you guys are willing to let me try it, I'm happy to.
Yeah, I can do what I said I can do, just for all of us, per se, except I don't want to do it on Marl because of the way it works.
I mean, yeah, maybe we wait for that now. If we can get within 60 feet, I can try my 2 things, and if they don't work, we can try to beat the shit out of it. The thing is, if I do... Actually, it might be better if I try to do my thing first, because it will get advantage on the saving throw if we're attacking it. So if we're not attacking it yet, it'll just make a normal roll. Which would help us, I think.
I think it's a good plan A.
I say go for it. I
Yes.
say
Alright.
go for the gamble, go for the goose, whatever you want to call
Okay,
it.
don't go anywhere
How
with Zach,
far
'cause
do you
I need
have
to
to
get
be?
within 60 feet. I need to get to 60 feet.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I won't move. Stop moving. Do your thing.
Yeah, don't move. Are we in 60 feet if I go here? Somebody check. Hold on.
Ah,
Where'd it
No.
go?
We were swallowed. We were swallowed. We're dead.
Who did that?
Why?
we were at this.
Nobody touched the
point.
boat. I'm touching the boat.
There we go.
Quit moving the boat. I had it moved one far forward. Okay. Zach.
Mm.
I need the creature to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
I wish I could impose disadvantage somehow.
It's fine.
Silvery barbs.
The bow has a gun.
It's a higher save than you guys think. It's okay. We might be alright.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I just want to increase our chances.
We might be okay.
Yeah, I can choose it, right? But
It's
like,
gonna be an 18.
what's like plan
What?
B, right? Plan B. If whatever we're doing doesn't work, right? What are Marl and Oryx doing? Because the rest of us are brain to an extent.
Well, I have
What do you
my
guys do?
plan. The thing is, I have my plan A, which technically just failed because he saved. But I also have my. I could just try talking to it. Is the other thought.
To your question, James, I hope that I don't have to do anything. But if I do, then that means that we have to be close enough for me to throw
Yeah, we have to
Borix
start
at it.
fighting.
I then
My-
swap, and then I
wanna
punch
start
the fuck
fighting.
out of it.
Does anybody
My-
have anything that we could make that roll 2 points lower that Zed just made? Does anybody have anything? Because he'll fail as long as he's under 16.
I'm sorry to say that I'm not helpful in that regard. I'm sorry.
I don't think I've got anything either.
-3 to my roll or make me re-roll.
Nobody has any. Nobody
Anyone have silvery barbs?
Coins worth
No,
for that.
I mean mug it. I mean mug it.
It isn't even looking at you
Oh,
guys.
the sunglasses. The sunglasses.
The sunglasses only give a +1 to intimidation.
How does?
You know what? Since that doesn't work, Zach, I would like to use my channel divinity charm animals and plants. As an action, I can use channel divinity to present my holy symbol to charm for 1 minute each beast or plant creature that I can see within 30 feet. So we gotta get a little closer. But
Oh no.
So, okay, how does this... What's the
are you guys
exact
willing to
wording
get
on that?
closer? As an action, I present my holy symbol and invoke the name of my deity. Each beast or plant creature that can see me within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails, it's charmed for 1 minute or until it takes damage. When it is charmed by you, it is friendly to you and other creatures I designate.
What are the creature types it can affect again?
It says it's plants and animals, but the actual wording in it says beast or plant creature.
Yeah, because beast is a creature type.
Yeah.
It says it says charm animals and plants, but the wording of the flavor text also says beast.
Yep, okay. I understand. Alright, so you guys are moving 30 feet closer?
You guys okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm game, dude.
Okay, we're doing
Alright.
it. I
Yeah.
lift up. What is my holy symbol?
I guess it would be your sword or the marking on your hand.
Yeah. I raise my sword with the hand. I raise my sword. In the name of the Wild Mother, you'll listen to me. And we'll be friends. Yeah.
The magic from your sword glows brightly as this beam of energy starts to try and wash over the massive creature. As, for a brief moment, you see something start to take hold as the creature starts to jostle and shift. The waves start to get a little bit violent as it moves around, starting to rock the ship back and forth, as for a second the glow in its eyes starts to flicker from the sea blue to a green, but then, as if on a dime, something seems to snap in its mind as the teal blue color gets even more intense, and it turns its head to now look at you.
Wait, did you make the save or is it just immune?
It's not a beast.
But is it an animal?
No.
No?
No.
Well, now I have its attention. Can I try talking to it? I don't know if it'll work.
Sure. You can attempt to talk to it. I'll let you.
I technically talk to living things.
I will allow you to say your piece.
Hey. Can you understand what I'm saying? Normally creatures that do can reply.
What is everybody's passive perception? Go ahead and type that into the chat, please.
Oh no.
It's in your hands. I think it's 19.
I'm
but
getting it. Don't you worry. Oh my god, yeah, it is.
I'm now realizing that earlier when you asked us to roll perception, I rolled persuasion. Anyways,
A persuasive
Oops.
man.
I command you. To
I was like,
reveal yourself
how
to
was
me.
my passive 14, but I only have a +1? Oh, I rolled persuasion.
Persuasive man.
So,
Ah.
Ariex and Bo, you're the first to take note of this as you kind of get this feeling that you should look down. As you look over the sides of the ship, and Bo, you look down from the crow's nest, and there is this massive shape about rising up from under the water towards the bottom of the ship. At the current moment, is Ariex still driving, or Lorelei, have you taken the wheel?
I'm not driving anymore at the moment
I
just
would-
because I'm
I
talking.
think if that's happening, I guess since he did it before, he'll take control again.
Ariex, you must now make me a dexterity saving throw to try and steer the ship out of the way. You may make it at advantage since you're seeing it coming earlier on.
You
Oh, I can't keep-
actually, you
So sad.
actually chose the perfect person to do this, right?
Yeah, we did
I-
so good. The foresight's crazy, Ryan.
Oh Jesus Christ, that's a 29.
29. As you suddenly start turning the ship and it lurches to the side just in time as what appears to be the tip of its tail, covered in bladed spiked scales, swings up out of the water, creating this geyser of force that just crashes into the side of the ship. You are still taking. Oh wait, never mind. Not this time. You rolled 29, so you're good. As the waves crash and the ship nearly tips over, but you manage to right it properly as the creature's tail rises above the water and shoots back down, disappearing, as it is going to let out a very, very horrendous roar as you all get a nice big scent of pure fish breath as it roars
foul.
so loud. I need all of you to make me con saves.
Oh man.
No.
Well, guys.
Constitution.
I'm sorry, spell fellas. We're going bad.
Well, guys, I don't think it can talk to me.
Bo's con save
Something tells
is
me.
a 14.
You think?
Something tells me.
Who am I
Yeah,
missing?
it's not as terrible as it could have been.
Wait, who am I missing?
It could have been way worse.
There's 12. Okay, so those of you that got lower than a 16, which is just Bo.
I'm sorry.
God damn.
Bo, you are going to be taking 13 thunder damage.
My
Oh,
God.
is that elemental?
Technically, yes.
Okay, great. I would like to use a. Can I use a reaction?
Yes, you may.
Great. When a creature within 30 feet of me takes, acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, I can use my reaction to grant resistance to the creature against that instance of damage. So he takes half of that.
Yep, so
So
you're going to
7?
be taking 6.
Oh, 6. Wonderful. 6.
There you go, brother.
As
Um,
Bo,
it's
you
less.
don't manage to cover your ears in time, but luckily Lorelei wisp an aura of purple around you, and it bolsters you a little bit, but there's still this horrible ringing in your ears. As you are going to be deaf for the next 2 rounds of combat, as we are going to start next session with everybody rolling for initiative,
Oh, joy.
as that
Oh,
is where
boy.
we're going to
Yay!
Not making us wait.
tonight.
I don't want to wait, man.
Yay! I mean, no, I hate
Damn.
waiting. Boo! But yay!
But yes,
Yeah.
thank you all for watching, and we'll see
Quarterback.
you all on potentially, tentatively, July 25th. The date might change depending on circumstances. I never know. It's a month from now, so bear with me. Summer vacation's a thing, but thank you all for watching. I hope everybody had a good time, and I apologize for the 30-minute gap. I had another obligation I needed to do, but hopefully that won't be a problem next time. So, we'll see you all later. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful next month. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Everybody.
Laters.